Welcome to the season finale episode of RueTV 2020. We've reached the final episode of the season. And for those of you on my YouTube channel subscribed that didn't see what I advertised on social media for the past week, the former co-host of RueTV 2020 and I are meeting tonight for the first time face-to-face. This is the first time that we've talked. This is the first time that we've discussed anything, aired our grievances in a debate forum. I apologize to the people on Twitter and Facebook who were expecting Vince Russo as the moderator. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, he's not here today. But a suitable replacement and a man tied to this situation. You guys are familiar with my brother Justin. My brother Justin is going to moderate this debate between Big Josh Hinkle, former co-host of RueTV 2020, and myself. I don't want to talk too long because honestly, I don't want to ramble. So, Justin, do you want to just talk a little bit about what's going to go on here? I know that my subscribers, our viewers, are curious of what the hell went on. Why did Big Josh quit the show? And then we got the announcement online, whatever date that was. I think you have the details of when I gave him his notice, his official notice. What do you have to say, Justin, about all this?
Webster's defines debate as to argue about, to engage an opponent in debate, or to turn over in one's mind, to think about in order to decide. Josh, Ryan, Rue,
yeah.
Tonight we are here to debate the events that occurred, events prior and leading up to July 10th, 2020.
Yep.
And how that affected RueTV 2020, the show.
And by the way, this is a shoot, by the way. Like, I'm not working anything. We legit did not talk this out. I mean, Josh, sorry to cut you off, Justin. I just need to clarify how this even happened because you're probably watching at home. It's like, oh, they're friends. No, Josh contacted me with a public apology. I didn't really get into details about the situation. I said, hey, do you want to talk about it? We'll do it live on the air. And here's where we are right now. I'm sorry, Justin. Keep talking, Justin. I'm sorry. I had to explain that.
All right. So as the moderator, I just want to set some ground rules here because any good debate, as you know, has rules. So here's some rules. 1, no interrupting the other person. So whoever talks, that's the most important thing, will have the floor. Mm-hmm. And the other person will listen as well as myself. And then the other person will be able to rebut. We'll have plenty of time for rebuttal to directly address whatever was said by the previous person. Some other rules, we're going to do no cussing, no swearing, no name calling,
okay.
No leaving the room. Consider this a lumberjack match. I'm locking the door with my key. Okay.
What happens if what happens if you leave the room? Now, by leave the room, you don't mean physical, like go to the bathroom. If he has to use a bathroom, he can use a bathroom, or if I have to use a bathroom. What do you mean by leave the room?
You know, if things get awkward, if it's a technical glitch, it's understandable, but things get awkward. We're here to work things out and talk things through. So we're here to talk about and debate the issues.
So digitally, you're not allowed to leave the room. I'm not allowed to get pissed off and X out.
That's correct.
Okay. 10-4.
All right, Josh, you are up. You want to describe, I guess, what happened the day that, you quit the show and leading up to that and just how you feel about things, how you felt about things. You take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Host. Back what happened back in July, I almost said January, what the hell. I felt like after Rue sent me the text that said 6 brand members said that I hit the thumbs down on the episode 13 where Mr. Justin was the co-host with Todd Tuckey of the TNT Amusement. First of all, let me just break down that little facts real quick. I had phone issues where I had a Samsung Galaxy Note 10 phone, and the audio was crappy. I could not hit the thumbs down on any of those videos because I had no phone. I was out of commission. I sent Rue 5 screenshots of my other 5 Google accounts that I used to play Pokemon Go, and I helped subscribe to his channel to help to support this RueTV. So basically, I've hit the thumbs down, not thumbs down, the thumbs up on all the videos, on the 5 screenshot thumbs ups, 100%. Because I have supported Rue for 5 years. I felt betrayed by Mr. Rue. Why he would accuse me of something I would never, ever do in a million years. And I just want to say this, hopefully tonight we work out our differences, go back to the way things were, because quite frankly, I was hurt that I was accused of something that I will never, ever do. Thank you.
Okay, Rue, do you want to directly respond to Josh's intro comment?
Well, first off, was it before I respond? Was it the Todd Tuckey video? Because I seem to remember you still being on the show, and the reason I assumed that you were upset was because Justin was my co-host that night. I thought you were pissed off, so you wanted to maybe like anonymously, throw some thumbs down to show that the fans love Big Josh as co-host better than the moderator here, Mr. Justin. But when did because you missed a few shows. You missed the Todd Tuckey show, and then there was the I think you left. I think you had left the show by the time Lauren Rivera was on there, and then you missed Duke the Dumpster Drozio. I feel like there was another one. Maybe there was. Maybe it was the Todd Tuckey one. Okay, but that was a little bit before. So you were offended because I accused you. I accused you of hitting the thumbs down. So you left me a voicemail, an audio message that, and I quote, "Screw you, Ryan. Screw you, Rue. I quit. You wanna accuse me? You wanna make accusations against me? Fine, I quit." And that's a direct quote. So I'm like, what? So I'm thinking in my head now, what? I don't understand why one accusation. This is what I want to say. I'm gonna throw back a question before I. Was it this, or was it an accumulation of things? Because if it was just the Todd Tuckey accusation of 725 thumbs downs, I feel like that was a little drastic. Was there anything else that pissed you off? Was there anything else that I did? Because I'm going to get to something in a second, but before I do, I want to see if there's anything else other than just that moment of when the deal happened.
To be honest with you, it was just based on the fact that you accused me of hitting the thumbs downs. It's like 6 brand members emailed you. There was the accusation of 6 brand members sent you an email saying.
So you think I made up a lie?
When I was hurt, I said you did.
So you sniffed out the lie, and you thought that I maybe did the thumbs down myself or something.
No, I didn't say you hit the thumbs down yourself, but no, it was just based on that. And I sent you the screenshots and the text right before I sent you that audio saying, screw you, I quit, and all that bull crunkies,
Well, here's the problem, Big Josh.
Yeah.
If you want to know, first of all, we're friends, pretty close, text messaging, co-host of the show. The reason why the accusations even happened in the first place is because of your chronic history of lies and lying all the time.
Ryan, would you expand or do you want to kick it back to Josh on?
I'll say one more thing before I kick it back to Josh, because I'm owed the man his rebuttal. If Big Josh was honest and never told a lie, I would never accuse him. I would never think twice. But over the course of these 4 years, yes, you are my friend, but there have been lies. There have been white lies, big lies. There have been green lies. I don't know what a green lie looks like.
Good point.
Like this, a green lie.
Mm.
My point is, Big Josh, the reason I accused you, and maybe I did falsely, it could have been anybody. And to be honest with you guys, I really don't give a crap. You want to thumbs down my videos, I don't care. But the fact that I assumed that it was Big Josh was because that his track record of basically lying all the time, right? Big Josh, you lie all the time. Face it, admit it, you lie.
I do. I have issues. I'm not afraid. I'm man enough to say it.
Right.
I have issues.
I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to be cutting you off. You can continue your rebuttal.
Yeah, continue. I should have stopped.
No, don't worry about it. I admit I've had problems over the years with that issue, and I'm man enough to face the facts that hey, yeah, we all have something. We all have our problems. We have our issues, and it is what it is.
What is the issue? I don't get it.
The lies, white lies. If you're a chronic liar, or if you've like something mental or something that messes with you, yeah, that I've had that over the years. I admit it.
Give me an example.
Like what?
Of a lie you've told.
To be honest with you, there's so many. It's like if I told I was going to clean my room or clean the bathroom or something, I say I'll do it later. I'll do it now, and I didn't do it till like 2 days later.
What about the time you told me that the Hinkle family owned steak in Regal Cinemas?
No, I did not say that.
What about the time that you told me that you got like 500 emails from brand members telling you, I don't even know what the hell it was, but it was a big lie. Big lie, huge lie. Sea of lies. Like you're floating in a sea of lies, Big Josh. And they consumed you. That's what happened in the end. I'm being civil about this. And that's what happened in the end. The lies that you were floating in, they consume you. Drowned in the lies. You drowned because, and I'm not accusing you of lying when I asked you, were you the one to put the 6, 7, 8, 9 thumbs down? But the fact that I accused you is a direct result of the steady stream sea of lies that you have drowned yourself in. You did, ironically, just drank water. You're drowning in the water, the lying water, not holy water, the lying water. You understand what I'm saying, Big Josh? I got you, my Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Ryan.
Why are the what is the root of the lies?
I don't know if it's based on. I have issues. Okay,
we need to. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to throw it back to Justin because I feel like I'm not letting him moderate.
No, you guys are. I'm just trying to steer the ship, and you guys are.
If I'm going to put faith in you, Big Josh, and I'm going to put stock in you as a co-host. Okay. I have to know that Big Josh is not going. If we're going to do season 3 of this ship around, I don't know, my mind, it was like, I don't know, around Christmas or holidays or November. I don't know. I'm doing 31 videos in October, so it ain't going to be till after around the holidays if we ever do this again. How am I going to put stock in someone who lies all the time? How am I going to do this? How am I going to have a conversation around election time? Because we're going to do another election special with Glenn Humplick. And then Big Josh is on here telling him how one time he met Joe Biden in Tennessee, and it's a big lie. How am I going to put stock in that?
I wouldn't go meet Joe Biden
No,
even if they
I'm giving you an example of a fib that you would say just to
fit.
make it interesting. A fib. How am I going to say, let's bury the hatchet, everything's fine? How am I going to know that you're going to be an honest Hinkle instead of a sea of lies?
You talking about using that as like a metaphor for like the lies that if it happened, right?
Yeah, like for instance, if I have Glenn Humplick on the show again, which we were supposed to do an election special, I'm
Right.
more inclined to do it by myself because if I have you on the show, you're going to say like you met Kamala Harris at Dollywood and you bought her a soft pretzel, and it's a big lie.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you buy?
Metaphorically speaking.
You bought Kamala Harris a soft pretzel at Dollywood?
No, I did not.
You saw her
What?
though. You saw her though at
Can I
Dollywood.
let me jump in?
Go.
In regards to RueTV 2020 season 3, which I know that Rue will have some great guests lined up, and it's a great opportunity to talk and meet some interesting people, famous people. It's a great show, and I urge people to watch if who hasn't. For my question is, Josh, as we talk about lying and what is going to happen next year with yourself and Rue, do you want the job for season 3? Is that something that you still want? I'll ask you that question, and I'll leave it to you.
Be honest with you guys, and this is the truth. Yes, because we can work with each other to better ourselves and just not let the lies or not let nothing bad happen to either of us. That if we have an issue, we'll talk it out. If we go on Zoom, we can FaceTime each other or text it. We work it out in a civil manner. So to be honest, I would like to, but based on my past, my track record, I will leave in the capable hands of Mr. Rue.
I think Rue, you're looking for a key word is trust.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's what you want to have a comfort level of your co-host going into season 3. I mean, have you thought through what you want to do next season as far as solo / having a co-host /
Well,
what are your thoughts?
this is the first time that I've entertained potentially having Big Josh back on the show again, because I got some good feedback about the last 2 shows with Duke Drosy and Lauren Lavera. They're doing the show solo, and I don't think it was a bad show. I think they were both good shows. It's easier when you have a co-host, but I'd still be something I'd think about. I mean, I don't think if I'll to answer your question, I don't think I would do a new co-host or do a co-host search. If I were to have a co-host, it would be Big Josh Hinkle. But I just don't know if I could try. This is like a relationship, when you're in a relationship with a girl or a man and you can't trust the other partner. You don't have anything. If you don't have a relationship based in trust, you don't really have a relationship. You just it's like if Big Josh was dating Goldie and Goldie's like, "Ooh, I love you, Josh. You're like my knight in shining armor." And then 5 minutes later, you catch her flirting with the clerk at Kroger's, and you're seeing it from a distance, and you're like, "Ah, damn it, son of a bitch, shit, that liar." You're like that, and then what that creates is I'm entertaining, but what that creates is a lack of trust, so that she shouldn't. Why should you believe and trust that she's into you and loves you if she's flirting? If she's flirting with Lyle at Kroger's, she's flirting with Lyle at that. You remember Lyle, right? He flirting with Lyle Kroger. So the point of it is, the bottom line, I'm being civil about this. You gotta earn your trust and honesty back to earn your job back. You don't have it automatically. I can't wave a magic wand and say, boom, it's done. You got to earn it. I don't know how. Maybe Justin has an idea of how he can prove his worth or something. I don't know.
I have an idea.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, let's hear it then.
Here's my idea. So, in my opinion, RueTV 2020, or actually it'll be 2021, is the big leagues. Okay. I think to get to the big leagues, you gotta take it to the minor leagues first. and what I consider the minor leagues. Others may not consider this the minor leagues, but there was once a show called the Horseman Hangout. Now, I've been meaning to get the show back on the road, and I think that if we do a few Horseman Hangouts,
Okay.
we'll have Josh on, we'll have Rue on, we'll invite Mr. Z and Mr. Lane, and we'll see. I mean, if Josh is truthful and honest, and does a good job there, and things go well, then maybe that'll leave a good taste in Rue's mouth, and he can decide from there. How does that sound, Rue and Josh?
Yeah, it sounds good. I think I think for that to work, you got to give the floor to Big Josh a lot. You can't just have Mr. Lane. I mean, I love to hear Mr. Lane. He hasn't been in the hangout in forever, but you're gonna have to give Josh the floor a lot and have him, prove his worth. You can't have Mr. Z or Mr. Lane talking over him. We've got to give Big Josh the reins, the Roman reins, so to speak. Yeah.
We could even ask the other two to step aside for half an hour at the beginning of the show or the end of the show, and it'd just be us three riffing, joking, talking about the current events and how our weeks went.
Yeah, no, the last show that Josh actually did was the Kenny Bolin show, and I think that went well. I have a fan. What is his name? Tom Webster, who constantly comments on all the videos. Bring Hank back. Bring Hank back. He was being sarcastic because Bolin was calling you Hank, not Hink, but we didn't want to correct him. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, people like you, Big Josh. You did a good job for the time that you were there. But the bad news is, I can't employ a co-host who fibs. But it seems like you're just Big Josh. I feel like it seems like you're just accepting of it. You're like, yeah, I'm a lot. Like I thought you would be more like, yeah, damn it, I got to change. I got to be more honest. I got to stop making these tall tales up. It's like Paul Bunyan, a tall tale. Like no more tall tales. No more tall tales.
Let me ask.
No more tall tales, Big Josh.
Let's not just talk RueTV. Josh, has this penchant for lying affected you in your life in any other way? Has this ever affected you with other people, or we care, we're friends, so we want you to do better for the show and for Rue's trust, but if it could help you as a person as well, then we're interested in doing that too. So does this go back years, or is it kind of a recent thing?
Goes back years. Just to be honest, yeah, I've had this issue for years.
Is it anything? I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Is there anything in your younger years that you maybe felt inadequate in some way and had to lie to make someone feel you were better or feel better about yourself? I'm just trying to see what it is. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just trying to start conversation here to get you on the right path.
No, it's nothing like that. It's just based on over the years. I've had so many social anxiety problems, and it's just it comes at you when it's like the lies happen. It hits you like an RKO out of nowhere. So that's what it is. Best way to describe it.
So it's like something that comes upon you, like a moment's happening, and you could feel it, and then you're forced to lie.
It's not all right. You sound like all right. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
No. I'm not supposed to. No. That was for Big Josh. Big Josh got to respond to what Justin just said. I'm not going to be interrupting. Go ahead.
No, basically, it's exactly how you described it.
Okay, Rue, your rebuttal, if you have one. Good shirt, by the way.
Yeah, this is a shout out to Kevin Hogan, R.I.P. Kevin Hogan. Muffin Clay. He legendary as always. Love you, Ultimate. R.I.P. Ultimate. Shout out to Mr. Z, who's always loving Ultimate too. R.I.P. Ultimate. Mr. Z's watching this at home, by the way. Hink. You like Mr. Z still, right? You hate Mr. Z too.
No, I love the Italian stallion, Mr. Z.
Why is he? Wait a minute. Why is he the Italian stallion? What makes him the Italian stallion?
He kind of reminds me of if you talk about like the Horseman days, he's like Paul Roma.
All right.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
What is it?
He's got hair.
Oh, the head of hair, the lush head of hair that Z has. I saw him looking mighty sharp in those engagement pictures. Got a fresh haircut. You know, my first thought was when I saw those pictures, Justin, I thought like, damn, I miss getting haircuts. Z had a nice fresh haircut, nice part. Like shit, I haven't got a haircut since like 2008 or something.
Nice pretty woman. It's like, massaging your scalp a little bit.
Yeah, those days are gone. Big Josh, what's it like to get a haircut?
Well, it's not as fun as it used to be. You just go to Great Clips, but they have to wear the mask now. Let me just, it's like this. And then when they cut your hair and shit, they like take it down like this, and they zip like this. They don't trim like your beard. They just trim like your sideburns.
Big Josh, how many lies were included in Goldie's weight loss challenge when you were given the weight updates? Give me a ballpark figure when you were given the weight update.
I meant there were several times, but you also say fib about it too.
I guess fib is a lesser. When you say lie, it's more of a drastic word. Fib is more of like, I guess a lesser or a more
lesser of two evils.
It's like a softer way to say you're floating in a sea of lies. So there was some in the Goldie weight loss challenge weigh-ins.
Some of it, but I did lose the 50 pounds. I did last year's. And this year, I'm back down to right now. My actual weight is around I went from 239, but I'm back up to 250. I've gained a ton of weight lately.
All right.
So I admit it.
Is there an app on the phone that we could like possibly do like a lie detector test? Is there a live lie detector test? I think there's an app where we can do a lie detector test, and if he passes, Eli, I'm just ballparking. Now, if he passes, he can be the co-host. He can be the co-host of the show. He can be the co-host of the show. He passes the lie detector test.
I'm gonna chime in a second. This basically, we're like the Riot Squad. If we're watching Monday Night Raw, you know how Ruby Riot's trying to rebuild her trust with Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like, I'm Ruby Riot trying to rebuild my trust with Liv Morgan, RueTV.
Okay. All right.
But basically trying to bring back the tag team, without us being the mega powers exploding at WrestleMania 5. Hogan,
Big Josh. I received an email maybe about 3 or 2 weeks. I don't know. It's all blurred. Lately, I thought today was Tuesday at the beginning of the day, so all the days blend together. I don't know when this was, but about a few weeks into this whole debacle, you sent me an email and threatened to call the cops on me.
Yeah, I admit, that was when I was hurt.
But explain this. I don't understand. Why did you threaten to call the cops? Because that was like the day. That was a day in my head where I was like, okay, he's never coming back because he threatened to call the police on me. Why did you threaten to call the police on me, Big Josh? This is heavy stuff here.
Yeah, it is because I was hurt. Because when I get angry with shit, didn't mean to cuss.
All right.
But when I get angry with stuff, it's just things that come out, it's like when you black out, it's just things that are not meant to be said that hurt other people. It's just, for me, it's like what I said to you, it's like I was hurt. It was how I was like sheer hurt and pain that I was in for that long period of time that I was going through. Yeah. It was like my depression, my anxiety, and I blacked out. So I admit that that was wrong of me, and I will take the time on your show, Mr. RueTV, to say I am sorry for that. I apologize to you, sir.
All right, because I believe the reason was you thought I was doing a troll count or on Instagram or something.
Yeah, that was it, and it's also there's like the fake super ugly Rocky email to, I admit that was just out being hurt while I was hurting. So I will take the time to apologize to you like a man and say, I'm sorry, Mr. RUE.
Just got a notification on my phone. Look at this. You can see that. I can't really see it. I'll just read it. Hurricane Laura is now near Category 5.
Yep.
It's not good.
Do Laura hear these updates and like, ooh, I'm the hurricane, Josh. Ooh.
No. I've actually made a couple of jokes today, but she doesn't find it amusing though.
Does Laura? What's that? I cut you off. What's that?
She's she's a serious person.
I see.
I'll add on to the police thing. Like, if I got that message, I don't want to throw my 2 cents in, but I think we should think about when we say things how that may affect the other person. Because if I got that, then I would probably call my police department or I might call the Pigeon Forge Police Department and say, hey, somebody just called the police on me and he's not right, and then they could come to my house. So I feel like you got to think about the consequences of some of the lies. Sometimes it's not always that it's just, you're hurting people sometimes.
Yeah, that was out when I was hurt, and I admit I didn't think about it. You're right, absolutely right, Justin.
Okay, Ryan, you were saying something?
Big Josh, have you ever lied to a customer at Gray Smoky's flea market at the table?
No, I haven't. I'm an honest business guy.
Big Josh, have you ever lied to anyone relating to what's the store that gets the new Hot Wheels boxes in that you get? What's the new?
Publix.
When Publix have you ever made up a tall tale about the Publix, the jerk clerk that works there? Did you make up a tale about him, or is he really a jerk?
No.
He really is a jerk.
No, there's nobody that's a jerk. It's that one particular person, but no, we made up, actually.
You guys made out?
Made up.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad. I think that's what you got to do. That's what stuff like this is for, to make up. Like I said, you were a big contributor to the show. We've been doing this since January, from the first guests to the whatever episode we're on now, 16, 17, whatever it says, 16, I think. Big Josh, I mean, explain the thought. Did you tell Laura when this all happened? Does Laura know about this?
She does. She wasn't too thrilled that I was trying to work out my differences with it. She was the one that's basically told me that, you guys were like using me, making fun of me.
What?
Basically, she says that about Super Ugly Show too.
Put Laura on the go. Wake Laura up and bring her in. Break her up now. Break her in now.
Stop. Okay, but I stood up for you guys. I stood up and I said I want to take this time around.
I want to get on Laura's good side. Where is she right now?
No. Stop. Let me talk.
Laura.
Okay. Stop. Ryan, let me talk.
Ryan.
All right. Well, you're the moderator, Justin. Step in.
Ryan.
Let me talk.
Ryan, stop.
All right. I will. Sorry. Sorry.
Let me talk, right?
Yes.
Listen. She doesn't know any better, okay? She thinks she's protecting me. She thinks she's protecting me, but I know you guys are not making fun of me. I know you guys are not using me. I told her, no, I'm a 37-year-old man. I have learning difficulties. I have a learning disability that's well known.
And Big Josh, I looked past those and gave you a co-host opportunity, which
and you look at me in a normal person.
Right.
I'll add that I consider you a friend, Josh. And like before this whole thing went down, I was probably texting you and messaging you more than I messaged some of my friends from high school and college. So for Laura to think that we're taking advantage of you, I think is ridiculous. We consider you a friend. Exactly. And I think you know that. We talk about wrestling. We talk about random shit. You're walking down sorry, I cursed. You're walking down the street. We like hearing your stories. Hopefully they are truthful. So
they are.
No, if that's the way she characterizes my brother and Mr. Z and myself, I have to disagree with her. And I hope that she could see us for what we are. And, I think
Yeah.
if we ever did get upset, it was because we knew, or not me, Ryan or whoever suspected a lie. And that's what kind of hurt us. So,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, but it's basically I told her that I want to take responsibility for myself this time around. I'm going to be stepping in. I'll take the responsibility of something would have happened to me, then I'll take the full blame. So that's what happened. She understood. So basically, she understands from a standpoint that I'm working out my differences with everybody. I sent my apologies, and she's totally with it now, 100%.
Right.
Just to give you guys an update on that. Okay, that's
Where
100% the truth. Okay.
is she listening? Is she listening to this conversation right now?
No, she's asleep. She's got to get up early in the morning. She's got a meeting at social worker job. It's like 6:45. She's got to get up, go to office.
How is she going to get up?
I gotta wake her up.
Right. Well, wait a minute. For those of you who don't know, Laura is Big Josh's sister. She has a social work job.
Yeah.
And speaking of jobs, Big Josh's side job is waking her ass up
Every Monday through Friday. My late dad used to do that every day, Monday through Friday.
So you took over. Oh, I see. So you took over the reins. You took over the wake up Laura. Does Laura have a cell phone?
She does, but
why doesn't she use the alarm on the cell phone?
I do it. She
can.
She
likes you. She likes you to shake her instead.
No, I don't shake her. It's just you can't.
Explain. Wait a minute. Here, I'll stop talking about this if you explain how the hell you wake her up. I don't get it. I don't get this.
She has sleep apnea. Unfortunately,
there it is. Okay, there it is. So she gets into these deep sleeps, and sometimes she don't. Sleep apnea deals with breathing though.
She's got a couple of health issues, unfortunately.
Does she wears the contraption, the sleep, and our comic Jim, comic friend, not friend, but comic. We're a fan of this comic, Jim Norton. He has to wear it too. Does she have to wear the thing on the face?
Long time ago, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Sleeping's very important. I would hate to.
In the middle of a pandemic too. She's like a higher risk category, but she's out in the field. She's in the field, going to patient's house and stuff. But I have to wake her up in the morning. She's got to go to a meeting. She got to go to office first, drop off some paperwork. Then how did
this show devolve into it was supposed to be advertised as a debate, a roughhousing debate, no holds barred, raw, in-your-face debate. Now we're talking about Laura. What the hell happened to this show?
We were going to do this in the Thunderdome. We were going to do it in the Thunderdome, but it was taken by WWE. So,
yeah, no Chris Benoit pictures, no.
So, Big Josh, before I turn it back to Justin, and we're going to be wrapping it up shortly, I want to get your opinion on like what do you. So you can't control the lies. You can't. It's like a swarm of bees coming towards you, and you're tied down with duct tape to a chair. This swarm of bees and are encompassing you like a sea of lies. Matter of fact, I have a song. Would you like to hear my song?
No.
Sea of lies, sea of lies. To where sometimes, most of the time, all the time, Big Josh is floating in a sea of lies. Sea of lies. Oh, Justin had the guitar out. Look at that. sea of lies. Nico's sleeping. Don't wake him up. Don't wake up Nico. Jeff Jarrett. Look at that. He's like,
great.
Yeah, he's great. Justin DiBiase, you're going to perform an acoustic session in season 3. Season 3, you're going to do an acoustic session. It's Big Josh. What was I talking about? I did the Sea of Lies song. I said about the lies. You're going to change it. It doesn't say. Here's the thing that's bothering me as we draw the show to a close. It doesn't seem like you're bothered by the lies, Big Josh. And it's like they're like I said, a swarm of bees. You can't control the bees. Although I think you can just run. And if you run away, or maybe spray some off at the bees, or set a bee. There's such a thing as a bee trap. I don't know. what are you going to do? What are you going to do to make a better Big Josh? Because really, and I talked to Russo about this. Matter of fact, right after this happened, I DM'd Russo, and the bottom line was like, we got a Big Josh. We're just building a better Big Josh. We got to make it. You got to look past the crap and build a better Big Josh. So I want to build a better. I don't want to go back to business as usual in season 3 if you're fibbing and lying out your nostrils. I don't want John Tenta going boom, baba, boom, baba, boom, baba, boom. And then you look at him and like, I can't believe it, Ryan. It was Typhoon. No, it wasn't. It was John Tenta. Nope. It was Typhoon. It was Typhoon. It was Typhoon. Definitely Typhoon. So, Big Josh, what are you going to do to make it?
It wasn't Typhoon. It was John Tenta.
No, it was the shock. It was the Shockmaster. All
right. So, Big Josh, this is the last thing I have to say, and then I'm going to turn the reins over to Justin. We can close out the show, say our goodbyes, because I got a month to prepare for 31 days of Halloween. What are you going to do to make it better, Big Josh?
I'll just try to work better. Try to basically
work better. What the hell does that mean? Work better.
No, stop. Let me finish.
All right. Yes, Ryan.
I just gotta work on bettering myself as an individual. I just have to basically, if I feel like something's about ready to happen, let's say if I'm in the car, so to speak, I'll give an example.
Okay. All right.
Let's say like this from the Fast and the Furious.
Okay. All right.
There's and then all of a sudden, here's the wall right here. Here comes the lie. Here comes the lie. How can I work on not hitting the bottle, with the lie,
Right.
Basically, I just got to pump on the brakes, just think about my actions, and just basically try to better myself and just, take it easy and just go on from there. I can just try to improve as an individual and try to be a better Big Josh for RUE, for Mr. Justin, for Mr. Z, and for everybody who's watching this very prestigious program.
All right. Okay.
Remember, honesty is the best policy, guys.
Exactly. And I want to say a closing statement here, okay? If you allow me just one moment.
Ask Justin. He's the moderator.
Justin? Well, we're going to get the closing statements in a bit.
Yeah, so hold that thought.
Yeah, Ryan, do you want to say something before closing statements? It's your show.
No. I don't have anything else to say. I've heard enough. I've heard enough.
Well, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I want to thank both of you for being gentlemen and for coming on tonight and abiding by the rules. There are a couple S-bombs dropped, but that's okay. I would like to say the official announcement that the Horseman Hangout will be returning. I can't say that it will be consistent every week, but I really do want to bring it back. We have the infrastructure as far as Zoom to make it happen. And we got a lot of topics to talk about, and coronavirus is kind of plugging some stuff, but it's coming back. Also, I want to thank RUE for letting me moderate, and I also wanted to say happy International Dogs Day for Josh and for Mr. RUE. There's Eddie Mozart, Hinkle, happy Dog Day, and Maui, my sweet niece, happy International Dog Day.
All right, thank you, Mr.
And
Justin.
final thoughts. I'll let Josh go first.
Josh, you just threw Eddie Mozart like yesterday's laundry.
No, Eddie. He likes to be tossed on the bed sometimes.
That was a bed. Okay.
All right.
Josh, you can give your final thoughts, and then Ryan's his show, so you can close it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like tonight this is the process that we need to begin. Try to rebuild our bridge.
Trust the process. Sorry.
Yeah. Basically, it's like we need to better ourselves as individuals, that we don't need to lie to make ourselves look better, or lie about this to get out of a household chore. Try to say that 3 times fast. But, basically, we all need to just, sometimes if you think about trying to lie, just pump on the brakes, think about the consequences for your actions and just go on from there. And just want to say, Rue, for everything that's happened, I thank you for everything you gave me, especially for like the 5 years I've known you. I mean, you and I, we've been up and down the roads. You were the one that introduced me to your brother, Mr. Justin, and your colleagues at the Horseman Hangout, Mr. Z, Mr. Lane, and Stephen Page. You forgot Stephen Page, by the way.
Forgot Stephen Page.
Triple H guy, 2004.
Shout out Triple H guy. Shout out.
Yes.
2004.
Definitely. And, I am grateful to everything, being part of Russo's brand, being a part of RueTV, and Rue being 1/3 of In the Pitch. Remember that, Rue?
Yes, that was my idea. I pitched that to Jeff Lane and Vince.
Exactly. And I'm just saying, whatever happens, if I come back, great. If not, so be it. Let the cards, let's deal out the cards and just go on from there and just say, I'm just happy that I had a great time for knowing you, and I love you guys. And, I'm sorry for everything that occurred from one side of the coin to the other side of the coin, and just go on from there.
Thank you, Josh. Rue, before you get to your final thought, I want you to look in the camera. Look at Big
Okay.
Josh. He just said, "Love you guys."
All right.
You tell Big Josh that you love him.
Tell what? Say it again.
Tell Big Josh that you love him. Josh, get closer to the camera. Get closer to the camera. Ryan, look at Big Josh in his eyes and tell him you love him. You gotta get back in there, Ryan.
I have to do this.
You have to.
Big.
Like you mean it. Like you mean it.
Big.
Wait.
Big Josh.
Yes, Mr. Real.
I
Do it.
You can do it. Come on.
I love that you have a wide variety of assortment of NASCAR Hot Wheels at Great Smokies Flea Market. Sorry. I love you, Big Josh. I love you.
Love you too, Mr. Real.
Ah, there it is.
There it is.
All right, hopefully this is the start of the mending of fences here. I'm hoping. So, Rue, your final thought here.
Well, my final thought is, Big Josh, you're still fired. I'm just kidding. You quit the show. I never fired you. Get out of here. Come on. Yeah, you know I never fired you, right? I can't fire you. It's like that old Savio Vega line. Say it. You can't fire me. I quit.
I quit. I don't remember that.
Yeah. Savio Vega said that. No, I'm just being entertaining. It's okay, Big Josh. Thank you for apologizing. You mean a lot to the show, Big Josh. A lot of people love you. I just said I love you. Justin loves you. Mr. Z loves you. Everybody loves you. But we need a better, more honest Big Josh, and we can move forward with season 3 whenever that is. We're gonna I think we'll come back bigger, stronger, better than ever with some great guests. I want to thank everybody for watching season 3. I think this was a good way to end the show with some closure, because I think a lot of people were left hanging like, what the hell happened to this dude's co-host? What happened to him? Even Glenn Humplick was curious what happened.
Yep.
A couple other my hosts, guests were asking what's going on. And, it's, life's too short to hold grudges, right, Big Josh? I think we should bury the hatchet, but for that hatchet to be fully buried, I need an honest Big Josh, like honest Abe Lincoln, like honest Abe. He said many, many years ago, I cannot tell a lie. And Big Josh, I want you to be just like Honest Abe.
Well, you said Honest Abe. I'm just looking in my wallet. I got a George Washington. Don't. And I got a Thomas Jefferson, but nope, no Honest Abe.
Is that a $2 bill?
Why do you have a $2 bill?
I'm weird. Sometimes at the bank, I always ask for $2 bills, trying to get one of those with the red seal on it.
What if they don't have the $2 bill, bro?
Oh, well, I just take what they give.
You give them a bad Yelp review or bad Facebook review. They didn't have no $2 bills. They are shit.
No. God, no. The bank I go to, they're nice people. I've been going to that bank for the last 15 years since been in Pigeon Forge.
Well, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Big Josh, for being a great co-host. How's that? How's that for the last thing I'm going to say? Thank you for helping me out from show 1 back in January. We went through a pandemic from Kyler James. Remember Kyler James giving us the prediction of in March to Hannah Fearman and to Vince, to Humplick, to Drozy, to Laura. Oh, you weren't on those last 2 shows, but you remember Chris, the hobby guy? You remember him?
The clowns.
Yeah, the clowns, the demons.
Pork
Talking about
chop.
Dwayne Hadley. We had a
Pork
lot
chop.
of great guests on the show. Pork Chop. We had Dave Wills, the crying wrestling fan from Tosh.0.
Can I just say how crazy it is how ahead of your time that you guys were, that before the pandemic you're doing stuff over Zoom, and now pretty much every internet show or Sirius XM show is done the same exact way that you guys did it before the pandemic?
Yeah, I thought that was very weird and ironic that, and I was looking back my Facebook memories of when I announced this show, and it was actually last August. I said, and then I began to prepare for it, I think around the holidays, and we started in January.
Yeah.
And that was very, very weird, because even if I didn't announce it, this is where it would be going anyway, because I wasn't, leaving the house because of the pandemic. So yeah, it was before everybody started. And that kind of, I'd be honest, guys, pardon the, that's the theme of the show, honesty. Once the pandemic hit, it kind of like, I don't know, then everybody started doing Zoom. It kind of took the shine off it a little bit. I still like doing the show, and I'm going to continue doing it in season 3, but when everybody starts doing it, then that makes me want to just like do something else. That's just how I'm wired. I think I'd rather go against the grain or something.
Wait. I got to add something else. I've evolved from having an iPhone 7 Plus that was back in January to now being almost September with the iPhone 11 Pro Max.
Wow. And with that, Mr. Justin, I'll ask you. Do you have anything closing? How's Nico? Is Nico doing all right?
He's good. He's sleeping. He's good. He just had he's a year and a half old, and he wants a puppy.
Well, she'll have a puppy, and I'll have to see him soon. And I can't wait till he's old enough to talk, and he can be a verbal guest on the show. He had a little cameo a few months ago, whenever it was, a couple months ago. Nico will be an actual guest one day. And we will
ratings.
What's that, Josh?
Ratings.
Yeah. I think that's it. What else do we have to talk about? I think we're good. You surprised me, Big Josh, because to be honest with you, I thought you weren't. I thought as soon as I accused you of being a liar, you were going to leave the show. I told myself there's no way the show's going to be more than 15 minutes, and we're at the hour mark right now, and you're still hanging tough with the sea of lies. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but let's just say it's like I steered the course of the SS Minnow.
Oh my!
3-hour tour.
All right, guys. Let me get a little plug. If you're still with me, if you're still watching this show, that means you like RueTV, and you're going to be checking out the 31 Days of Halloween. I know Big Josh told me he hates Halloween, but 31 Days of Halloween starting.
I have a reason.
I know you don't have to bring it up. It's a downer. 31 Days of Halloween start in October, and keep it here because it's going to be a wild ride. I've got some really weird stuff planned. Tonight I was at the Salvation Army. I bought a couple props that are going to be pretty funny.
Hey, Rue.
Yeah.
Do you have all 31 days planned yet?
I have a good amount of them. I mapped out like 20, maybe like 21 21 of them or so.
Maybe I could collaborate on some content
Yeah,
for like
no,
one day.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'll
Not
come up
all of
with
that
some.
is set in stone. That's just like a rough outline of stuff
All
that I
right.
want to do. So yeah. Just tell me. And Big Josh, you're free to throw in some ideas too, even though you hate Halloween. All right. So with that said, for myself, for my brother Justin, it was an excellent moderator tonight. Thank you, Justin. And for I have to be honest, guy. I want to say co-host, Big Josh, but you're going to earn your job back. Stay tuned, guys. Subscribe to Justin's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Y2Jussie, because that's where the Horsemen hangouts. I think we're going to do them on Zoom. I'll teach Justin how to rip the video and upload it to his YouTube channel. That's where you're going to earn your job back, Big Josh. So I have to say former co-host. I can't say co-host.
Well, you do what's best.
For my former co-host, Big Josh Henkel. My name is Rue. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching RueTV 2020. And you know what? I'm feeling kind of generous, just like the old days, Big Josh. Take us out. Go ahead.
Well, I did a new closing, but I'll go vintage. Say, catch y'all on the flip side, everybody. Deuces.
Hold it for a little. Hold the deuces. Hold it. Smile. There he is. Hold it. You got 5 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're clear. Thanks, guys.